You just cut. Yes. Just by cutting.
You can plant like a salad.
Just cut.
So even when you left them around that they don't want to stay with that pieces together. Drop down.
Yes. He's here. Talk direct to him.
Because of the weather. Yeah, just pass
Hello?
the southern part for gentlemen.
Yes.
That one for
I've sent a link to WhatsApp. Hello? Okay. It is live.
Okay. I think there's no need to not to talk to the recovery.
The battery is going off.
Kadoka charging da muku bajin haka ne bi use dero. Dukile la pana ko fa ban jinde ko dogi.
It's called tephrosia. Tephrosia. The other one.
Double cable wala ki cable na.
Laptop.
Double cable.
This type of cable all I don't use.
Kale ndio yelo matching sukola le pela. With the mora.
Like Messi type.
You have that where you are complete. That's good.
but it's good.
Da kude lagina. Uso ngon tata bando.
So that is your officer?
This is the office. Hello.
So you try to
Take a look at
It's okay.
that's good.
the other thing.
Link to that can I ask you?
That's like
So you can under just in under purchase call direct to
direct.
get him and sharing to the rest. Kumutula ku abi kilo.
Yeah.
This one is called Garcia.
No, I had you in
This one is
Well, yes.
these are all the ones there.
In what is it?
Yeah,
For the girls? Okay.
and the grass.
I hope it is not this. Mukuna beans also.
I think it's high.
This is this one. It is different from this?
No, it is the same.
Madam, what is the difference between this and the real?
I think they're also supposed to be. Some human beings eat the lime. Even those ones, they can. Yeah, they can also eat.
Lima, we call it Olubo. It is normally planted, but this is different from Olubo. Hey, for Olubo, the animals like it so much.
But also they eat the leaves.
Yes.
They do.
During dry season.
I am even thinking if I have a fence.
You want to plant
around.
But there are some really pods.
good ones.
The pods are Secretariat and Tapet is here, madam. The other one is here, the other two. Hello. Go. Let's go. Yes. How is it? It's okay. Yeah.
Madam, pass the wrong way.
Okay. You are very excellent. Yeah. But it's not area. They're not as big as so it's not as big.
Just to ask whether we remove it. Then I was keep the chairs back.
Six months without getting rotten. Never then we remove them and now process them to what you want. Measure for as feed, as grain, as seed. When you take grain, that one for food, the other one is for seed, the other one for animals. So why we are keeping the maize is for that purpose. So you can also construct one for learning, not a big size but small one. But this one is what we call the rat gas. Rats can't go up. So even anything will come and stop here, they will fall down. So the rats cannot. you can construct smaller one for learning purpose. Okay? And then you can move Okay. Let it off. Hey. We are summarizing, okay? So I'm joined by my senior colleague who's going to finish this one as I rest a bit, okay? My senior is a big breeder. So you're welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm called Cholam Wabuye Muchigamani.
Very strong.
Because that one cannot move out from your head. One day when you meet me somewhere, you say, that is the Muchigamani, we met somewhere there in Abi. So let me hope that my colleague talked about apiary setting, but now here we have what we call the beehives, bee products, the forage, some apiary equipment, and the processing equipment. But is what category?
These are head teachers of secondary and agric
teachers secondary.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, you people, you have been sending your students here. Yes. So what we are talking about here, this is the real thing we have been telling them, or we have been teaching them. Yes. So if they fail, don't blame us. Instead, we shall blame you.
Why?
Yeah, there is a reason why I'm saying so. Most of students had no idea about this. The few ones who had ideas, they had no knowledge the way these equipment looks like. And most especially A level. For my handle A level, I don't handle O level. I handle A level. Those doing agriculture. Because there are many questions these days about beekeeping. And at least every year, they set a practical about beehives. Even last year, if I'm not mistaken, a question was there. Because all the car boxes were taken by schools. And any school which sent students here, they all passed in beekeeping questions. Yes. And very many holders appreciating. So today it is your turn. And for us it is our chance to deal with you. Yes. Now, let me start from here. We have different categories of hives. But when I'm handling students, I start with what we call bee biology, what is beekeeping, cases of bees, the lifespan, duties of each case of bees. But for you, I'm not going to take you there. Because you're not going to sit exams. But the most important thing is to have knowledge about this beekeeping equipment. But now when we talk of beekeeping equipment, those are equipment a beekeeper use to handle bees and their products. And we have 3 categories of beekeeping equipment. One, we have what we call apiary equipment. And those are equipment a beekeeper use to handle bees and their products in the apiary. For example, the first example is a slasher. This slasher is just for slashing or cleaning around the apiary. Then we have a panga for cutting the unwanted branches. Then we have a bosho. It does the same work. Then a hoe is to dig around the hive stands. I'm done with that one. Another most important equipment in the apiary are what we call hives. And we have 3 categories of hives. Traditional hive is a hive made from locally available materials, whereby you don't need to invest money to buy materials for making it. And when bees enters here, they attach combs on the sides because they don't have any provision where bees can attach combs apart from the sides of the hive. I will not talk about the advantage and disadvantages. Mr. Google is there and help you. Yes. And another type is what we call the transitional hive. And we say this is the intermediate between the modern and the local hive, meaning that you are upgrading from the local one to somehow advanced one. So with this one, it is made of top bars. And when bees enters here, they attach combs on the top bars. Since you are an agriculture teacher, by the way, I was once a lecturer. Sometimes when they call me, I go and lecture in Nyabira Forest Ecology, handling beekeeping. Now, sometimes examiners are stubborn. They can just pick this top bar as a specimen. Then they set question about this. They tell, yes, to confuse the students. They ask them to identify the specimen. Give an example where this specimen was collected. As simple as that. These are the things you, as you need to have in your. There are some certain school from Maracha, then Ediofe, then Muni Girls, Umbachi College. For them, where there is need, if possible, and more especially that one of Maracha, the way they can consult me all the time about these things. So you have that tendency, and if possible, request the school to buy these things, more especially the hives. Now, this is a top bar and with a groove. This groove here, the main function of this groove is for pouring what we call attractants. We use wax. After melting, we pour in the groove. Then there is what we call the comb foundation sheet. We also fix it here to guide bees how to construct combs. Because if you don't guide them, they will end up constructing crusty combs. You find one hive comb stretching from here up to here. So handling such hive, it will be difficult. So you have to guide them. Here I said bees attach combs on the top bars. Not a bar, please. If you say bar, if I'm an examiner, I will cross it. A top bar. Now here they attach combs on the sides. Then we are done with. Now the last part of the hive is what we call a modern hive. And a modern hive is made of many components. And this year, if I'm not mistaken, expect a question on this hive. Because last year, they set a question here. So they cannot bring the same question here. No? No? Expect a question here on a modern hive. A modern hive is made of many components or parts. Huh? Yeah. The first part is what we call a flower board. This one here. This part here. We can call it a bottom board or a flower. This part here. The main function of a flower board is to give support to the brood chamber. Or it acts as a foundation. Then another part is what we call the brood chamber, where reproduction takes place. And in the brood chamber, there are what we call brood frames. So the main function of a brood frame or of brood frames is to hold brood combs. And in the brood frame, there are what we call wires to give support to the brood combs. So that means when bees enters here, they attach combs in the frames. In tradition, they attach combs on the sides, and in transition on top bar, and here they attach combs in the frames, not wires. Another part is what we call a queen excluder. Queen excluder. And the main function of a queen excluder is to confine a queen in the brood chamber. To confine a queen in the brood chamber. Or to protect the movement of a queen from a brood chamber to the honey chamber. Because any time a queen enters the honey chamber, that one will no longer be considered as a honey chamber. Because for it, whenever it gets a chance of accessing an empty comb, it will just lay their eggs. Because its main function is to lay and to maintain the strength of the colony. And the strength of the colony will depend on the strength of the... And it is like the family, the strength of the family depends on the women, if you don't know. That's how I take it in my mind. And that's how it is in my mind. Yeah? Now another part is what we call the honey chamber. It is here. You put it on top of a queen excluder. So the queen excluder will allow only the nurse worker bees to move up and construct combs. And again, it will also allow the forager worker bees to move from down and store honey there. And by the way, we have 3 categories of worker bees. And what I know for you, you know very well in a hive there are 3 types of bees. The worker bees, the queen, and the drones. But again, the worker bees are divided over 3, and they perform their duties depending on their category, as simple as that. The nurse worker bees, their main function is to nurse the young ones and the queen. And it is only the nurse worker bees which produces the food eaten by younger ones and the queen. I'm done with that one. So, in the honey chamber, it is only it's where you will find only honey. Nothing else will get here apart from, and that's why it is called a honey chamber. And its main function is for storing honey. Then the last part is what we call the top cover. So the main function of a top cover is to protect the entire hive from bad weather condition. Is it okay? I'm done with apiary equipment. Now another part of equipment is what we call processing and packaging equipment. No, before we go there, let us go to harvesting equipment.
That small one has the same function.
This is a catcher box. See, a catcher box, and this one is a catcher box for KTB. And when they upset a question on KTB, this is what they tell you to get and set it as a specimen. They will not carry that big hive. No? This is, and there are some catcher boxes for this modern hive. It is also very small. They're supposed to be 5 at least. This is a catcher box. And when you see this type of catcher box, you automatically know that they are asking the question about the top bar hive, or what we call transitional hive. Now process harvesting equipment. Please, sorry. Let me start with this one. It is not a smoker. No, I will mark you wrong. I'm telling you, I will mark you wrong if you say smoker. It is a bee smoker. Yes, it is a bee smoker, not a smoker.
Tobacco smoker.
With beekeeping, we talk beekeeping language. And by the way, let me tell you this, you are teachers, you are my fellow teachers. If you want your students to pass, teach them to talk the language of the subject. That is it. Not a smoker, it is a bee smoker. Yes. And the main function of a bee smoker is to produce smoke which calms the bees. Or it produces smoke which cuts off communication between the guard worker bees and the queen. Because if you don't puff or produce enough smoke, and those guard bees get a chance of reaching a queen and report that there is an enemy, my dear, if the queen commands the guard to attack you, you will not harvest the hive. Yes. Because for anything to take place, or for any activity to take place within a hive, they first get command from there is one common question about a bee smoker. The adaptation of
equipment.
The adaptation of a bee smoker. By the way, we are teachers now. When they ask such a question, what comes if you happen to meet such a question? What comes into your mind? The parts, no, it is the parts and their functions.
Yes.
Adaptation.
And by the way, let me tell you this. Those people who did exams for UB was it in around March? 70% of the questions was about beekeeping. For all those institutions which came here, they all passed. You be table. And by the way, next year we are going to introduce a Bachelor of Beekeeping in Muni University. It will be the first kind in the whole country of Uganda. So, for me, I like telling students here that after their senior 6, they should apply to come and join it. Because in the whole country, people with diploma in beekeeping are less than 500 in the whole country, because I have all the data. Then people with bachelors in beekeeping are less than 10. People with masters in beekeeping, they are less than 5. People with PhD in beekeeping, they are 8. And they are all working with Zinaro and the university, Muni University. So those are the virgin areas whereby you need it. So when they ask that question of adaptation, so they have to talk about the blower and the function of a blower, the inlet and the function of the inlet, the fire chamber and its functioning, and the outlet. I mean the cover and the outlet. As simple as that. You know this? This is what we call a bee brush. Its main functioning is to brush off bees from honey combs. Is it okay? This? Oh, it is not a bee knife. Please. This is what we call a hive tool. A hive tool. But that there is a difference between a hive, a knife, a bee knife, and a hive tool. And the hive tool, its main function is to separate propolised top bars. And sometimes it can be used to cut off honeycombs from top bars. And it is the same tool we use to harvest what we call propolis. It is not an overall, please. That is very long. It is not an overall. That is a bee suit. But it is made of different components. An overall is one component of the bee suit. This part here is called a bee veil. From here to here. This one here. And the main function of a bee veil is to protect your head from bee stings. Then from here to downwards, this is what we call an overall, to protect your body from bee stings. Then you are supposed to have this. Protect your hands. This is what we call bee gloves. Big gloves for protecting the hands. Then you are supposed to have this, the gumboots, to protect it. So when you have all these, of course you can say big gumboots. There is no problem. I will mark you right. Instead of speaking. Yes. Yes, because we are talking bee language. To make it full, you are supposed to have all these components. Now, those are what we call the harvest. There is one to this one. This is what we call airtight bucket. And you know the reason why we use airtight bucket? Do you know the reason why? Who said yes?
one is to separate the live bees from the honey. Then two is when the honey gets closer with the air conditioning, it's adulterated.
Very good. But not scientific. But not scientific. We are scientists here. Eh, Wama.
So to me, air can absorb. Sorry, honey can absorb moisture from atmosphere. So it has to be put in airtight condition.
That is the reason, by the way, why we use airtight buckets. Because honey is hygroscopic, meaning that it can absorb moisture when it is exposed to. Aha! That is done. Then you come here.
This one?
Now here, we are going to another type of equipment, what we call the processing equipment. Huh? And this processing equipment are used in different methods of honey processing. And we have different methods of honey processing. Yeah? The first machine is what we call the honey press. This is a honey press. And we use honey press in what we call the pressing method, whereby you break the honeycombs into small pieces, you pour them here, then you turn this rod clockwise direction. As you are turning it, it will be moving down, hence pressing the what? The combs. And you will see honey coming out from these holes, then it will drip into this plate. Then you set a bucket under, so it will collect into the bucket. But that honey again will not be clean. Then what you need to do, you can use a sieve or a nylon cloth to make it clean. Is it okay? Aha! Another method is what we call the centrifugal honey extractor. Centrifugal method. Okay. You say centrifugal method, whereby we use what we call the centrifugal honey extractor. So is this machine here. It was designed to process honey from modern hives. Sorry. Because whereby you don't need to cut a comb from the frame. You just pick a frame containing a comb of honey, you uncap using the uncapping knife, or you can use a fork. Then you fix the frames in the machine, then you cover on top. Then you apply what we call the centrifugal force. You see, as it rotates, honey will be sprinkling on the sides. Hence, it will collect on the bottom of the machine. Then you set a bucket under. There is an outlet here you open. Then you pour the honey into the bucket. Again, this honey will not be clean. Then you do the same thing the way you did to the other one. Use the nylon cloth or a sieve to clean it. Then there is another method, what we call drip and settle method. And this is a local method, but it is the best method, whereby you tie a nylon cloth on top of a bucket using a rubber band. Then you break the combs into small pieces and pour on top. You let the honey drip into the bucket without applying any force or pressing. And that's the best method. Is it okay? So those are the three methods we recommend people to use. Now, there is this machine here. This is what we call a wax processor. Wax processor. After extracting your annual processing honey, don't throw away those residues or empty combs. You first pour water here, then you set the machine on fire. Then you pour combs here. You set fire. So that water you pour there will start boiling. So the vapor or the moisture will move through this rod and it will be coming out from here. So you cover here. You lock. You can even carry it here. So it is well covered. So that moisture or that vapor which moves from up, from down up, it will start melting the combs. Then, as the combs melts, you set a container under there. So you will see waxy pouring in the container, and you will get a waxy cake like the other one there. Huh?
Picture inside.
Oh, you have to take it.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm just on the video.
Then there is this one, this machine here. Huh? Then after using the two methods, the pressing and the centrifugal method, I was talking of this. Huh? This one. So this is what we call acetylene tank. You just fix the sieve in the acetylene tank. Huh? You pour your honey, you sieve it. Huh? But you leave it here for 72 hours for it to settle. Huh? Then you get it really honey like the other one there. I have. Huh? 72 hours. Don't hurry to pack it with it. Now let us go to the other side. We finalize. The last part is what we call B products. Anything harvested or collected from hive is a B products. Do you know this?
Yeah, this is propolis.
So this is propolis. It is black brown, dark brown or black in color. And it is collected by forager worker bees from residuous trees. And it is medicine. Huh? It's where we get this product, what we call propolis tincture. This propolis tincture is good for toothache. When you have a burn, you smear there. You have a cut, you smear there. Huh? After say removing these hairs here, huh? You just do like this. Huh? If you have wrinkles, what, pimples, what, you have stomach ulcers, you take this. You have throat sores, you take this. And there is another thing, important thing. After all, we are all mature or adult, and we are all scientists, and we all studied reproduction, because you cannot be a scientist without studying reproduction. And this one is good for men, that is one. Another one for those women, during the time during that period of visiting the moon, and you feel pain around here, you just pour like 3 to 5 droplets in water, in a glass of warm water. You take 3 times a day.
How much is it?
I'm done.
Not
the price is already there. Now this is what we call, this is honey, but of different.
The dosage.
For men, you take it directly. 3 droplets.
In the ears, in the mouth.
You take it directly. Now that is not taking. That is, we call it dropping. Then this is what we call honey. You can see how pure it is.
Very
And heavy.
This is Abi. Okay, we call it narrow honey. Because it is for narrow. But produced and packed by Abi Zadi. Then, by the way, it is all, honey is also medicine. Actually, sabun. This honey, if you have stomach upset, it is also good for you. Cough, people suffering from AIDS. Yes, it is immune. It's immune
Booster.
booster. Yes, and that's why they tell you to eat honey always. And you people, you should always have honey in your house. Because when you get someone is burned, you just smear there.
Hey.
Honey. This one.
No point.
This is what we call beeswax.
Okay.
This is what we get after processing honey, those residues, after combs. We don't throw them away, we get this one. Good. This is what we use to attract bees in the hive. And this is what we use to get candles. We can get toffee sweets. Yes. All toffee sweets are made from, and that's why wax is expensive these days. A kilo of wax now, this is 50,000. Yes. Now a kilo of this, it is 40,000. A kilo of comb of this and a scanner.
Okay.
And to get this product, it should take months. Yes. Because you have to make sure that this, all of this, have to be dissolved within that. Venom. Venom, that's what they are mixing. Have you ever been injected with we call it what? Sterilizer. That is venom. How that's what they give you. Because have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes.
One day when you get stung, you try to pinch yourself. You will not feel it at all. Yes. Then these days you go to some supermarkets and you find a product called the honey venom. Honey venom. A liter is between 250 and 300,000. Why? It is mixed. It is a mixture of venom and honey, and it is good for HIV/AIDS treatment.
Just drink.
Yes. A liter is 250 or 300. That is venom. And by the way, just a mere gram of venom is between 80,000 to 100,000. A gram. Venom.
That is farm gate price.
But if you go to Indians, they will tell you a gram 150 or 200. As simple as that. Then another product, what we call them, those green. I mean, they are yellow in color. You find them in combs. By the way, if you happen to come across a comb containing that one, you eat as much as you can.
Those pollen.
You eat as much as you can. Another product is what we call royal jelly. And royal jelly, a gram of royal jelly is 50,000. And royal jelly is good for women. It improves the fertility. So you can produce as many as you can like a queen. Yes. Royal jelly. I don't have it here. Then there is what we call brood. It is the rusty. Those young ones. You find people eating them. So we also consider them to be a product. Now Let me finalize with
Okay,
this.
brood
That-
is-
you see this?
brood is-
When we used to go to the bush to hunt for honey during the crisis, you also eat it so that you don't get thirsty.
Here. Now, I have these things here. This is what we call bee forage. This is Osimum, I think you saw it there. This one, we like it because it flowers throughout the year. And bees likes it very much. And it is medicinal. And if you get juice of this, a bottle like this one is 40,000. Yes. Then there is this one.
What does it cure? What does it heal?
This one is good for malaria. Then ulcers. You can even by the way put in tea. You take as simple as that. Osimum. Or mujaja.
Even in
Now you see, this one is the improved one. I got the seedlings from Kenya. This one.
The green tea?
But there is a local variety. Then this is Caliandra. It is also one of the bee forage. It can also flower throughout the year. And this is lemon grass. For us, we call it to be a time. For us, we call it a Califuha or a Kijani Chai. And this one now, we squeeze it and get juice. It is good also for attracting bees in the empty hives.
This is what you call umtete.
Umtete is another thing. We don't mix mutete in tea, but this one is good in tea. That flavor. Now, do you have questions also?
Where to buy this one?
How do we use the
Purchase
juice
now.
from this? Juice.
That's for what?
What is the importance?
Attracting bees.
Attracting bees.
Only that?
Yes.
The first question is...
The first question is...
you give us this is good for testing.
My contact, you just put him in Chiga Mom. 0784 74 26 47. Citroc. I want now to give you the other one on WhatsApp.
Yes.
0762 34 37 25. That one is on WhatsApp. But please, you call me when during working hours.
Okay.
When I'm at home with my dear, please don't call me.
What is the color of jelly?
The color of royal jelly is white.
But then where there's
Excuse me, lady.
Yes, sir.
How can you?
Now with the venom, we have what we call venom extractor. It is a machine using power. If you want to get that machine, you buy it with a battery. So you switch on a battery, then the power will move to the machine. That machine could have wires protecting the glass. So when you set that glass and you switch on power, power will move towards those wires protecting the glass. So you disturb bees, they will go and attack the glass.
Then they release.
So instead they will think that they are stinging a human being or an animal. They will start stinging the glass. You see with the bee, whenever it stings, there and then it releases what? The venom. So when it releases the venom will remain on that. So you get a scraper. Then you scrap and put in the container like this one.
Yes. When we were at the site,
there,
they said that there are 2 points, entrance and then exit. Now, if you want to establish this forage, this, where can you particularly establish it? Is it at the exit point or entrance point or anywhere?
Now, There are some factors, let me start like this, we consider when setting an apiary. And by the way, it is a common question in exams. Factors to consider selecting an apiary. First of all, the apiary should be a bit far from, a bit far from public places. 2, it should have shades. 3, there should be flowering trees or flowering plants. There should be water, free from pests and diseases. And it should be accessible, meaning that you should enter there and come out without any disturbance. Your question is, when you are establishing forage, where are you supposed to plant them? That means like that. Isn't it so? So, with this one, with foraging plants, you can decide to get part of the apiary. You make something like a garden, for this one. Or you can decide to plant it around the apiary as a barrier. More especially if your apiary is near public places or near other people's gardens. So you plant the forages as a barrier, meaning that when bees are moving out, they don't go direct. They first move up, then they fly. Is it okay? Yes. Is your question answered? Yeah. There is another person waiting for you.
I wanted to also find out if we can, somebody can acquire that wax extractor through you.
They are there in Kampala. We have a branch. 4.8. Through you.
The wax extractor.
I'm also part of that organization.
Okay. So this one's for demonstration?
So, no, I brought this one for demonstration. But if you want to buy, they are there. I have them.
Where?
Honey is there.
Everything is there.
With this one, you can get seedlings there. Yes. You just get one seedling. You're going to multiply as many as you can. Last question. I can even get it for free there. Let me know if you are still here tomorrow.
Yes.
That's there.
They cannot.
I'm very sorry, I didn't read your message.
Apology accepted.
Then so that's right. For us, they were not told. We brought the students here on Friday. We went back today. The teachers got it in their platform. We are not supposed to tell the person. Unless that was the verbal information. No, I very nice.
Yes, on the compound.
What do we have on ground? Out of all these things.
Very few.
This one is there, but it's
Collapse.
But to bring it
Lot of money.
back, animals. These were the animals.
Swag.
Kitokea pa ending video lala.
Ki endelea.
Kitokea pa ending because from here I'm going to get money. I also said another one. Nak aku tu money I also send another link.
Kita kena lapai kalau ending itu.
The first phase in Abington.
So the second one.
Aku tu travel nation friend jadi.
Kau dia lah ni.
Orang lang easy.
Yes, we are ending this link and then we shall create another. Yeah, we shall be going to money. And then we create another one from there. Okay. Okay. Okay.